And so I was procrastinating and waiting for the proper time, and I've been thinking and planning and try to find out the perfect exact ways and exact steps. How will I be able to put my business on the next way, on the next level? And so in the process, I've been planning this whole thing since I would say November, or I started to plan this seriously since November, but I really started to plan this thing since like more than a year ago, or maybe even 1.5 years ago. So basically this is a switch inside of my business, which is requiring me, or required, fortunately, that, hey man, you will be just putting your shit together, you'll be picking up the phone and you will start calling US business owners. Which for me was a huge challenge, which I obviously made up inside of my mind and inside of my head, because of, hey man, English is not your first language, you're quite young, you haven't really ran such a huge operation business yet, so on and so forth. And I was like, man, all these excuses just came up over here, and I was like thinking and planning my finances, when I will eventually be able to do that thing, when will I have the exact attention, so therefore I can put all of my attention into that thing and that thing only, so therefore I do not really have to fuck around with my current business, and so on and so forth. And so the point what I would like to bring up over here is that I've been just procrastinating and waiting and planning and thinking and doing, but I wasn't doing. And so I was thinking and thinking and thinking and planning and thinking, and I wrote the script and I rewrote the script and I wrote the script and I rewrote the script, and one day I got freaking fed up, and I was like, all this thing inside of me, I was like, man, I really have to do something with my life. And I was so fed up with everything, and I was like, man, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm just picking up the phone and I start calling. And it turned out that the script that I've been rewriting and writing and planning for, for months, it wasn't really useful. Obviously there was the reference points, and also I've been in the industry for a year now, so I know the terms, the lingo, and all the shit. But I was like, man, this whole thing, this whole planning process, freaking unnecessarily. The same thing with, so basically I have a 3-step closing sales process, basically prospecting, which is that. So basically prospecting is 0.0, so I'll be talking only about the call. So there's a cold call when I'm calling the people and I'm like, man, are you interested in this thing? So on and so forth. Most of them are, sending me to hell and so on and so forth. Or most of them are just, many times it's only the gatekeeper trying to either go through them or figure out how to set up a call back with the owner. So this is basically most of the calls. But sometimes, I would say 1 out of 10. I'm getting very good. 1 out of 15, maybe that's more accurate. I'm getting a call with basically the owner, and we start talking, and hey, man, this is good, so on and so forth. They are interested. Everyone is all good. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about how this whole thing looks like. In the very beginning, with the very first call, I'm only measuring their interest. And so now that I've been able to get their hands raised, it's pretty much equals if they would have seen my ad on Facebook ads or Google ads or LinkedIn or whatever the channel might have been. I just pretty much manually call them up and, hey man, we do have this opportunity. Are you interested? Yes. Very good. Okay. Next one, call 2. In call 2, we are talking about how this whole thing is eventually laid out, and hey, this is the thing, what do you think about that, so on and so forth. And so yeah, so basically we'll be giving you jobs, and we need our fair share of those jobs. Obviously we are not working free, we're not charity, so on and so forth. And so we are basically figuring out the terms and the deals. And so now that he agreed upon the things, so basically on big terms, from the 30 from how do you say that in English though? From an eagle-eye view, so it's hey man, this is what will mostly happen. Then in call 3, we are basically setting up, which is the closing call. We are just basically setting up a call, and it's man, we will be just simply talking over the details, the exact details, so how this whole thing will eventually look, when the payments should look like, and so on and so forth. The point over here being is that the second call is perhaps the one when you are getting the actual yes or no. And so if you've got the actual yes, and obviously they resigned from the third call too, but the point over here, by the way, honestly, with this market, I haven't gotten there yet. But the point over here is that what is happening at this very moment is that I just like, thinking that, hey Ben, like I really shouldn't, I really should be planning out these calls even more, and I'm supposed to be doing this thing and that thing, and this is how they're supposed to be lined out. And one day again, I was like, man, like pick up the fucking phone and figure out how to freaking talk with these people. And I just simply talk with them and start to ask questions. Like this is also another negotiation, sales, communication, not tactic, but eventually too. Like ask questions and you will learn. You just learn the mindset of the person who is sitting at the other end of the desk. And so what have happened over there is that I'm like, man, like this is all good and all nice and all that shit, but at the end of the day, I really just simply had to pick up the phone, I really just simply had to pick up the phone, not to think about, not to procrastinate about it, just simply pick up the phone and do that thing. The same thing have happened when I really had a switch about a year ago when I decided that I've been basically wasting too much time with basically working out twice a day, which happened to me that I woke up, I've done almost like an hour of yoga, and after an hour of yoga, I've been working all day long, blah, 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 blah. By the end of the day, I went to the gym, I pushed the shit out of myself, and so on and so forth. This is how my days did look like. And so I just planned the shift, and I was like, hey man, like you know what? Let's put the gym hours in the beginning of the day, so therefore you will be able to get through that 2 hours time period in the morning. So you will be basically compressing those two things at once, and you're basically saving 1 hour of your day, and everything is all good. That was a theory though. And so basically I was thinking and planning about that for a long time. I was like, man, like just wake your fucking ass up and start doing that shit, That's it. And so for one day I was like decided that, and like boom, I've got that shit done. And so since that I've been doing that thing, and since that I've been trying out basically so many extreme things out there and so many ideas and so on and so forth. But by the end of the day, what works for me is to work out in the morning, light workout in the morning, and the heavy shit at the end of the night. This is what works for me. But this is how my body works. This is how I'm able to sustain everything the best. Yes, but this is not about working out, and this is not necessarily about business either, but the actual mindset of how we are procrastinating and how we are putting ourselves into this place when we are just planning and thinking and everything just needs to be so damn perfect, and we are just this thing and that thing and planning this way and that way, and you know exactly the feeling, like you're planning something for like approaching that, you're in the club, you're in the club and you're just simply planning upon that approaching the guy, and you're thinking like 10 scripts, like, bro, like, should I supposed to be telling you, hey man, maybe I know you, hey, you look so beautiful, huh? Hey, you're just like role-playing 10 scenarios instead of like going there and like, see, any fucking thing, because no one fucking cares. But chances are high she will not even hear what the freaking hell you're saying, since there is loud music all around you. And so the point that I would like to again phrase over here is that procrastination and thinking and getting inside of our heads of thinking of, hey man, like we're supposed to be doing this thing. This is the thing that is ruining us. This is the thing that is ruining us. This is the thing that is ruining our business, our relationships, our lives. Freaking procrastination and thinking. And I know this, and I would like to talk about this because I pretty much got a victim of this whole thing, because now I'm just pretty much getting to a place where I really feel like, man, I got into this rut, with my business. I do not really like what I'm doing. I do not even make the amount of money that I'm doing. And I just simply, the most important, the worst thing is that I just simply do not feel that it's challenging, and I don't like the industry, like period. Like these are the two things. And so because of these two things, I'm just like getting towards a place like, man, like I'm just simply wasting my time away, and something is not good over here. And so what I've got to realize is that I just simply have to do the things, just like, pick up the damn phone and just start dialing those people. And it was such a mixed experience, because obviously I got the no's, and obviously many people just simply told me to fuck off. And obviously this is sales. Like I've been doing that for about like half a year, like cold calling straight and meeting and closing and all that thing. So I know the reality and I know the numbers, but it's like not like the fairy tales, you know. It's like, hey, yes, of course I want your services. Please hand me over the contract so we can sign. Nope. And it was so great. It was so great to experience that. Hey, man, there are people who are like, yes, of course, I'm interested. Like, what I needed to do is just pick up the freaking phone. The same thing with, changing up your life towards the direction that you're craving so much to change up it. So it's like, just do that. It's like, just simply do that. It's like nothing special about that. So this is something that at least me personally, I do struggle a lot. Struggled and still struggle, getting inside of my head and like thinking and figuring out all the scenarios and thinking through it. No, just act. There are obviously points in our lives when we'll have to consider, but many times we just simply have to act. Not planning, not procrastinating, but just act. When we have clearance, we're supposed to be acting. When we are lost, we're supposed to be considering and learning. Perhaps this is my life philosophy that works at least. And so, brothers and sisters, I hope that you're having a wish and blessed day. And this is Saturday, and I can't wait to get a cold shower done. Today I decided not to run because I just got done a 1 hour long cardio mixed strength training. So I was like, man, today I would like to, instead of that 1 hour, I would like to instead read or do something more with that thing. So, health, my love. Peace.